All right. Party people. We're back in the house. Atlanta Cast Network presents Ask Jon Doe. I'm one of your operators slash voice of God slash moderators for the evening. And without further ado, I bring to you, if he unmutes himself, Jon Doe, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him. What's up, man? How you feeling?
All that, man. Good. And I'm excited to be here for episode damn near number 10. You know what I'm saying? Only
That's
one,
what's up.
you feel me? And wow, so much ground to cover, so much to discuss. But I'm gonna introduce y'all to the bonus round. This is the Internet Plus. This is plus one. You see what I'm saying? Because man, there is only an hour worth of this love I'm gonna share with y'all. And the subject this big, I mean, I had to come back around for another swig. You see, so of course the name of the show is Ask Jon Doe. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? This is from me to you, and this is ultimately for each other, my sisters and brothers. You know what I mean? And that's bigger than a color because we are on the internet right now. You know what I mean? We can find lost family members to hell. Find out what's going on in a place, a world you will never travel. You know what I mean? Look up something just so random on our phones. Man, the internet game is strong. It's like, man, where can we take it next? Am I the only person that ever thought of what's after the internet? You know what I mean? Like, is this it? Is this the ceiling for civilization right now? Because, man, shoot, right about now, shoot, it's a 12-year-old little boy somewhere in the craziest corner of the world about to click his way up into a couple $1,000,000 because he done, who knows? You know what I'm saying? That's the internet for you. You know what I mean? I mean, shoot, we look up whatever we want to be or do whatever we want to do from schedules to recipes. I mean, what you want to eat? You going to a cookbook? You see what I'm saying? Or you take it to the internet? You know what I mean? Do we have control at this point, or are we willing to accept to some degree that hey, the internet done got a hold of me? You know what I mean? Shoot, how y'all feeling out there? Call me with something, make it good for me. Of course, the phone number is 770 8520569. And if I said it wrong, please correct me right on time. Cause shoot, man, answer questions in the chat box and whatnot. Shout out to the viewers who been kicking it with me this whole time. I mean, clearly I got to have something worth sharing while I'm speaking my mind. Hey, shout out to my loyal viewers and followers, which have you. And always interested in growing and taking on more. Cause out there, who knows? You see what I mean? We're gonna be able to make some really solid friends, and hopefully y'all put me up on some game too. So with no further ado, I'm gonna branch off into the internet for one more splash. I don't know what y'all got going on when it comes to being online, but as long as we make sure we keep a good grip on it and doing what we're doing with the absolute best intentions as possible. I mean, of course, there's all kinds of crap going on in your email, people trying to see your spam or whatever it is. They got a contest you just won, and if you click on right now, you'll end up they're wrong putting a virus in your whole matrix or whatever that is. We don't know, but we learning every doggone day, man. I'm talking about the same people creating the cures got the viruses out here floating around. You know what I mean? You never know what's going on. Y'all want to make some new friends? Shit, hop on your MySpace or whatever you got to do, and who knows who you gonna bump into? You know what I mean? Shout out to the internet. You know, I ain't had a physical letter from nobody in years because we got shoot instant access to each other. What's up with you, Mr. Man? What you got going on the internet nowadays?
Oh man, we working. Working on this network, working on these shows, producing content.
Networking.
Yes. So without the internet,
That's
wouldn't be
network. I
possible.
mean, I'm telling you, shout out to the network. Network is what make it work. And shout out to the entire ACC and the LMNOPs and everybody else who out there doing their thing. Oh man, we got a lot of room to keep each other connected in a really helpful way out here too, y'all. And I mean this under the most sincere conditions because the way that the world has changed right before our eyes and in real time, like they say, the revolution will not be televised. You feel me? So hey, we also got these tools to keep each other in the loop in real time. You see what I'm saying? To where if you wasn't online, you might even miss the most important message that could have been coming your way for that day. You see what I'm saying? So some of us think we want to unplug right now and just go into our log cabin in the woods. You see what I'm saying? Well, you might not get a good Wi-Fi signal, but guess what? You very well may be unplugging yourself from everything that you need to know because, hey, that's how fast this game go. Straight up, if it wasn't on the doggone news feed 4 minutes ago, hell, you might. It's old news. You know what I mean? That's somebody internet sped up time on us, man. Everything happening so fast. Shoot, we so impulsive and so impatient. If it ain't on our immediate news feed when we go scrolling, shoot, we don't even care no more. You know what I mean? You've been so far out the loop, a whole new wave of information been and came at you and over you. Shoot, yeah, you spread thin. They trying to sell us everything in record time because they know all we gotta do is get them while they online. Cause man, scroll after scroll, we get a bunch of who knows what to commercials for stuff we didn't even realize we wanted. You know what I mean? Shout out to the internet, man. These marketing dollars is through the roof. Hell, I be thinking about sometimes I just want a couple websites so I can get all the sponsorships I can. Cause they got to be, you know what I mean? Cause shoot, I mean every time you turn around, we got man. I mean, what you want? What you need? Shoes, of course, man. The wholesalers is out of control. You got your hands on the internet game, man. Right now is a really good time to do your thing. I mean, I swear, man. I mean, when the last time you been down the street and you looking at these strip malls and these plazas, and they damn near got boards on the windows. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm. Or the
I
malls.
mean, hello, the mall is tumbleweed blowing through that thing. You see what I mean? And that gives us opportunity to renegotiate how we looking at our purchasing power when it comes to acquiring these properties too. You keep your eye on the game, you see what's going on. Somewhere in there, man, somebody losing a lot of money, and they don't, the property values changing too. So what we gonna do with these big ass WalMarts and these box stores that's closed? What we gonna do when it comes to hey, we especially what I'm saying with us like minded folks out here, man, we may have investment opportunities on our hands that could reinforce these master plans. You see what I'm saying? Because land is land. After it's bought up, it ain't no more. You just keep that in consideration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Virtual
Did you hear
residential.
about Kanye's process of putting out this next album?
What? No, no. I
Did you?
mean, please break it down. Wait, no, no. See, I wasn't on the internet that time. What happened?
If I got it correctly, I think
Come on.
he's making people purchase a device in order to access the album or something on the internet. It has something to do with the internet. It won't be
Yeah.
on any streaming services. You won't be able to
So,
download it. You literally have to buy this device, and this device
uh,
is fairly expensive.
uh,
Uh, and some people are saying it's genius, some people are saying it's crazy, and then other people are saying it's the future of purchasing
that's.
music.
I think all those three go in the same bucket. You know what I'm saying? Crazy and genius is like brother and sister, if you can. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, he that much further ahead. You want to make sure he get the best of his bread because right now the internet is chewing up the game. You know what I'm saying? Download and streaming and whatnot. I mean, come on now. I ain't got to explain the obvious to y'all because you know what time it is. Shit, somebody just got done download something right now. They ain't have no business problem. So hey,
Mhm.
look, yeah, that's what it take to keep your grip on the game. I mean, why not? He's setting the tone for what these record companies is doing wrong. Because they damn near coming at folks backwards the way it looked like they putting this stuff out here for pretty much free. Then the artists got to pay the price either way it go. You know how that is, and then they turn around and want to come at people for copyright foolishness when hell you the one that damn near gave it to me. So how you? I mean, you
Right.
trying to right? You
I
trying
can't
to
use
sue
it
some
now.
right? Right. You see what I'm saying? You gave it to me
I
now.
can't
You
even listen to it.
you right. You listen to it now. You mad. So with that being said, yeah, man, shout out to EA for that though. For real, he gave me a good idea, man. Let's start two record companies. You see what I'm saying? And that's the move. Because right now, man, look, the independent artists is chewing, and I'm glad to see independent artists finally getting their chunk of the game. Because before that, they was dealing with the jankiest of business tactics and promoters and record company maneuvers. You know what I mean? And getting just ate all the way up. And now the independent artists, of course, again got a chance to really capitalize on getting their own coin. Nobody in the middle eating them up. You know what I mean? If you ain't know, shoot, $1 million worth of $5 streams, excuse me, $1,000,000 $5 streams, y'all can do the math. That's $5 million doggone dollars that could go straight into the artist's pocket where it belong, man. So shout out to the independent game, independent grind, but you still gotta get out here and get your leg work on to catch your shine. Because you are in a very competitive arena, my people. My goodness. Everybody, I mean, trust me, we in the A. They tap dancing, playing piano on the kazoo at the same time, slapping spoons on the knee, and about to do a photo shoot right after that. So hey, if
Mm-hmm.
you ain't coming with your A plus game, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shoot, like, you got look, there's some hustlers out here for real. You know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm saying? Been grinding 99 years. Just now got the album off the grind. But hey, the good news is you never know what might happen, man. Throw your coin in the bucket and get your millions back out. You know what I'm saying? Hit that number and call me, man. We got something to talk about. We got a
For
question
sure.
what's going on the internet, how it's working, what it's worth, or whatever. We got all types of investments, tactics, and opportunities on our hands. Shoot. I mean, what put me up on something. You know what I'm saying?
So
Shoot.
what's your take on
Any,
the internet killing the movie industry? Like, I was
yeah,
scrolling because I don't watch cable. I have cable, but I don't watch it anymore.
right.
So I'm just going through my different platforms and I landed on HBO
Man,
Max and I saw Kingsman. And I was like, oh shit. I
that's
forgot that was
pretty
even
classic
that
movie.
came out. And
Yeah,
I was like, wow, it was
yeah,
right there. It's like
yeah.
nobody's going to the movies unless it's these gigantic things. Like, I mean, what are these
Right,
people gonna do? Like all these actors and I
right.
mean it's really gotta be affecting them.
Yes, certainly, 100%. Because of course, those what used to be box office sales turned into a whole nother stream of revenue that nobody really had their honest hand on, but these companies. You know what I'm saying? Because the artist is truly paying the price, and they ain't getting paid nothing like they would. So you getting, like a vacuum effect right now for the entertainment business. Like a lot of people behind the wheels trying to re-steer this thing. It's like, hold on, what the hell is going on? Because we leaking, bleeding off of every seam of this entertainment thing, thanks to the internet. You see what I'm saying? By the time the movie ain't came out good, and it got downloaded 1 million times before anybody made a dollar. You see what I'm saying? So yeah,
Right.
the obvious is there. The obvious side effects are showing up. Or maybe even the not so obvious for those who were like, yeah, I didn't think of it like that because they downloading something right now. You're not even paying attention to it. They don't. Who the average person doesn't even care how much money the business is making or the what the hell the artist you want to call them, the actor or actresses, whatever it is. They just want to see the doggone movie.
Mhm.
You feel me? And if I could get the same thing for the cheapest price possible, or capital F3, if that would make sense for you and me, hell, what I care about going to the movie theater for? So yeah, they stinging, especially with these conditions. The live show element is catching a major blow too. So again, without the virtual world, hell, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean, for the entertainment business. Shout out to the drive-ins. Word is drive-ins made a massive comeback too. So there may be hope after
Really?
all. The drive-ins involved. Hell yeah. I mean, come on. Social distancing conditions and stuff like that. Why not? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I can pull up, smooth to the spot, and catch the latest flicks like you do the good old fashioned way. And I ain't in the house going crazy. That's worth $25 a car. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I mean, hey,
Didn't know that.
something to think about. You know what I mean? But with all that in mind, hey man, the internet gonna keep us locked in. You feel me? I'm looking forward to making friends from around the world if I can. What we got on the screen?
All right, first question of the night. Lola J says they say comedy and
Oh,
tragedy are two sides of the coin. Something
yeah, yeah.
unexpected happens in each. What actors would you say are excellent at comedy and drama? My votes are
Hmm.
Robin Williams, Tom Hanks, and Will Smith. What say you, sir?
Good votes, good votes. Good question too. That's a fun question. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the internet for that, for allowing you to reach out to me with that. Man, when it comes to comedy and drama, I mean, the contrast is real for sure. And shoot, I want to think of somebody who I could see got them both covered, but that's a fair stretch. You know what I mean? Well, as far as comedy, man, my sense of humor kind of quirky personally. You know what I'm saying? Will Ferrell humor always been funny as hell to me. You know what I mean? When it come to just, you can tell he had you laughing just because you just around him type of stuff. He got that type of energy. You know what I mean? And of course, there's a lot of other comedians out there that I've been being favored with, but that one came to mind in real time. You know what I mean? As far as the drama, ooh, I think I want to go back to Denzel Washington Training Day dramatic. You know what I mean? That was funny as hell. That's kind of like comedy to me though. But yeah, man. I mean, shout out to the entertainment business because man, sometimes we look at what these comedians do and how they make us laugh, but hell, without understanding, the roots of some of these programs and where it's coming from in real time, that could probably be just as dramatic as a doggone comedy. You know, you got to find
Hmm.
humor in even the dramatic things too. You know what I mean? But yeah, the movie business, the music business, and when it comes to how they both are being, I mean, severely affected by the internet, I'm comfortable with saying personally, I don't even care. You know what I mean? Because just guess what? We've been paying price for too long for stuff that damn near should be free anyways. But hey, look, the industry got to be what it is. Shout out to the game.
All right,
Sometimes we
we got
just
one
want to get laughed.
backstage for you, John
Back,
Doe.
come on with me. What you got
Let's
backstage?
see. I got Italian Pink. Let's see.
Uh-huh.
All right, audio only, Italian Pink. What's your question for John Doe?
Um, so why don't you do affiliates and then every time somebody logs onto your site and they order something from your whatever you post, they'll order something and you get paid from it.
I like it. I
Mm,
like it. Are you talking about specifically this show or just period?
What?
You talking about this show or just in general?
No, you're talking about how you can make money from the internet. You know what I
Of
mean?
course, I do. I do.
So, but
All right.
anyways, about
Thank.
let's talk about the show.
okay,
Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller.
appreciate it.
I appreciate that. All right. So yeah, I mean, why not? That's an excellent idea, and I can see that being in the realistic cards of things. But I need y'all to like, share, follow Atlanta Cast Network. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe and share with your folks that they got an opportunity to talk to somebody real on some real spill. You know what I mean? Ask John Doe. We got it covered from the ceiling to the flow. You never know who you might meet. Especially in the foreseeable near future, taking on having guests and things like that. So we can turn up the volume on this campaign a little bit because right now I'm pretty much taking the training wheels off. I didn't jump out
Mhm.
here like I had a script already written up for everybody in the form of a program, my schedule that I wanted to follow with how we want this thing to flow. Yeah, the name of the show is Ask John Doe, but it's truly for you. You see what I'm saying? For to get people involved with communicating and hey, express these notions and make as much sense as you can. Because hey, right now we scramble all over the place trying to figure out where we stand in this grand scheme of reality. And I'm using these notions in the form of subjects and subject topics to be able to give us the intimate pieces of our reality to help us illuminate the bigger picture, of course. That, hey, like literally every version of every conversation that I brought up with the subject topics and stuff like that, they're all pieces to this master puzzle that's called our current state of existence. You see what I mean? And it is changing right before our eyes. Just wasn't 10 years ago to now to what is the next 10 years of this flow looking like with the way things have changed. We'll probably be on the iPhone 22 and we don't know, you know what I'm saying? The whole, you hold up your hand and I'm talking to my friend across the world who knows, you know what I mean? It's a lot happening quick, you know what I mean? We gonna keep up or get left behind. Make it worth your time. What's that
Looks like
question for,
Lola
bro?
J is a big movie buff, but one of the first questions she asked was, "One has to go, ashy knees or knock knees?"
Ooh, man, if one of them had to go, I go with the knock knees. You know what I'm saying? The ashy knee ain't hurt nobody. My knee's ashy right now, so I'm biased to that question for real. So when it comes to ashiness, you know what I mean? I got a sympathetic bone. So, the knock knees if I had to. Because I'm going to stay. My knees ashy or not. So I'm, of course, at the knock knee, go. But hey, man, shout out to the knock knee community. You can't help it. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess around. You know how folks are sensitive nowadays. Somebody crying, talking about you don't like knock knee folks. That's the internet for you. Give you
Oh
a
yeah.
piece, there, turn it into a whole thing. That's a agreement. I'm not feeding after midnight. That was a fun question. You know what I'm saying? For real. Ass
Yeah.
and knuckles got to stick together though. You feel me? That's just the
So
way it
years
goes.
years ago, I was in church with
Years
my
ago.
grandfather,
Uh
and
huh.
the pastor was giving this final sermon and all of that. I always used to watch my grandfather, and he was just sitting there. He never said anything. And then when we left church, I said, "Well, why you didn't say anything?" He was like, "Well, what did you want me to say?" I was like, people get up and they scream and they go, "Amen," and they do all of this other stuff. My grandfather said, "Well," he said, "you never say amen until you know that what that man told you was real, true, and factual.
How
So
about that?
unless I went to my Bible and I verified this information, then I would say amen at that moment or at a later time."
How
And that
about that?
resonated for me for a long time. And I
Yeah.
think that's what the internet is. It's a whole bunch of information that people say amen to, and they
Yeah.
don't know if this shit is real, if it's
Mm,
lies, if it's whatever. Like you
yeah.
got everything with the pandemic on the
Absolutely.
internet, you don't know what to believe. You got
Absolutely.
everything about this war brewing on the internet, everything about
Yes.
elections.
Yes.
What do you say amen to?
You know. With that being like, I could call that one a super loaded question because of course it is, right? So to
Mhm.
say the things that I say amen to, of course we would lean towards the things that we would say resonate with us, or the stuff that we say makes sense, to where if I say amen to it, it's probably because of that pretense. Like let's say, okay, let's use the story, the example for the stories. You know what I mean? How, or even just posting the things that we post all together. Now, personally, I got enough sense to know that everything that, or excuse me, let me put this. I got enough sense to know that there are those out there that post stuff just because they like to sing, or or it makes sense. That don't mean they going through it. That don't mean they necessarily agree. Even I post some things that I may not necessarily agree with letter for letter, but I'm like, you know what, this is interesting saying. Maybe somebody can use it more than me, type of crap too. You know what I mean? I'm pretty but non-biased. Because a lot of people use the internet as their voice, as the voice to say things that they wouldn't use their tongue to do. So the things I say amen to, I think a lot of times is the stuff that make me laugh.
Mm.
I lean to that direction more so than the unnecessary depths. You know what I mean? Of course, there are degrees of those. I'm like, yeah, amen to that too. But it's a combination of things. It certainly, that matters depending on what it is. Certainly a case by case scenario. You know,
Hmm. So do
every
you
abundance.
automatically just believe what you see on the internet, or do you
Oh,
research?
never, never, ever, ever. You
you
know,
know.
Now, there are things that I've been in tune with, not without making this unnecessarily personal. Yeah, this Ask John Doe, but this, you know what I mean. I'm gonna keep this a part of the responsible flow. That, yeah, come from a lot, seen, understand plenty about plenty of things, and there's so much to learn about the things that I already know too. So a lot of times, if I say amen to something, that means I'm beyond familiar with, probably had to act hand on it to some degree. Who knows how that works? To where it's like, yeah, amen to that. That is real spill right there. You know what I mean? From the political aspect to personal thoughts, or however that goes. You got to be really funny with just signing off on stuff. You know what I mean? You got to stay really, really open minded when it comes to
Mm,
the flow of this information. Don't say you have to, but it wouldn't hurt for all of us to carry it as a grain of salt. You know what I
mm,
mean? 100%. Because we have come to a society to where people are being judged, if you can, by a simple post that they did made on their damn Facebook, then they lost their job because somebody felt like that was a representation of that person to some degree of entirety that is so unfair and unnecessary and highly inaccurate. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of folks out there got manifestation practices and health food recipes, and they ain't following none of that shit. So how do you, so again, to take this information and just be like, amen to that recipe, I'm like, well, who's the chef behind this? Like, food, we was eating chicken yesterday. What are you talking about, this vegan stuff? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard to take any of it serious for real. This is a real thing. It's entertainment. I mean, yeah, internet didn't replace the TV in a lot of different ways. Our laptops is now, we don't care nothing about having too much of an 80-inch TV no more. When a lot of times we on our computer more than that, anyways. You know what I mean? We watch that same movie and try to stream it to the TV. So here it is. Shout out to the internet again, y'all. Fun questions. good participation. Shout out to questions about comedy and drama. The name of the show is Ask Jon Doe. We're gonna talk about music, entertainment, and some more. And look, time, time. It's so easy to lose track of time when it comes to this thing we call the internet when things are going so fast. I can send you oodles of information in a flash. So don't let this internet compulsiveness help drive you into this realm of 10 seconds is too slow. You know what I mean? Type of conditioning. I mean, I'm seeing children slapping the computer around, talking about how come like everything's so instant. It's wild, Like man, we have to protect our attention span when it comes to the impulsiveness that we exemplify. You know what I mean? When it comes to internet usage, to bugging out because the Wi-Fi signal ain't right. You know what I mean? I know some folks who will not come to your house because your Wi-Fi weak. You know what I mean? So let's be realistic. I'm like, man, this is how I choose my friends over Wi-Fi. Is that what is this what makes us friends? You know what I mean? I mean, come on. It's like a whole vacuum that's trust me, it's sucking on your tough before you realize, like, man, there was a point where we used to have to trust the dictionary to learn how to spell something. What we need those for. So be mindful that some of the most precious forms of literature and information to be passed down. Mind you, the internet is only comprised of information that something, someone from somewhere is feeding. Believe me, there are things that are not being fed to the internet too, and that will be burned in books or is in somebody's library somewhere that you cannot Google this here. You see what I'm saying? Believe it.
So I've heard for years about the dark web or the black web. Do you know anything about that? Because I don't know what that is. I don't know how to get on it. That's the internet too, right?
Right. There's levels to it. Of course, certainly you're aware of its presence means it exists. What's in the dark means it's not in the light. Certainly it's there. Like most things in the dark, it's there, but you just don't see it. You know what I mean? And if
Yeah.
you watch that excuse me, while I find my words and get my teeth off of my tongue. If you check out that docu doggone mentary is what I've been trying to say this whole time about the story of Wikipedia. How
Right.
they yes, whoa, yes, done. I'm gonna leave that right there because I will tell you the movie. You see what I'm saying? Or the documentary, if you will. Peep the game. It's like that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, when it comes to the dark web, of course, that's where some of these coin-based currencies first started. You know, man, it's a dark. What was that first? Shoot, it's I can't, man. I wish I'd have took a note of this or even had in mind to think of this before the show started.
Talking about Bitcoin or something?
No, of course, not that one. But it's a website that the guy, shit, man, I might as well leave that already alone because the person who established the website is locked up right now because of some of the stuff that the website users was doing. You know what I mean? And it's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it, and it's about to get frustrating because I want to keep the show going without combing too deep back off into that one. But yeah, dude, it's gonna show up. I'm gonna have to remind y'all when I think of it later. But hey, it's all good. Somebody's probably yelling out the name of that the website because yeah, they were trading all the most. Of course, if you could think of it, it was going down. You know what I mean? And it was all because of that platform that was established with a guy when he doing like real time, super time behind that shit. Like they charging him for like he was kingpinning, and he's like, "Whoa, I just built the platform. I don't have nothing to do with whoever decision making did whatever. I ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just my platform. You know what I mean?
Right.
So blah blah blah. Long story short, dude super locked up, and it's a reflection of how dark the dark web can be. Because yeah, if you want to find it, it is for sale out there, and there are places right in front of your face that can pretty much put you, wherever it is that you're trying to go. So being mindful of our usage and being mindful of the way the web is being used. I mean, there's a 10-year-old boy in Canada somewhere that can unplug your whole house with a couple clicks of a button thanks to the internet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For real. So, y'all, the game is deep. So being mindful what type of information we putting out there, believe me, the internet has the pictures of your titties that you sent out there, lady, and you tried to delete it. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? And some more. So you know where the rest of that goes. You know what I mean? These real
Yeah.
phone companies have a record of every conversation that you text.
And,
Yes,
and all
yes,
you
they
dope boys with them Android, they plugging them joints right up.
right,
Everything coming right back.
right. Right. Stop texting people you got that whatever it is that you know what I'm saying. Don't do that no more. Help yourself. Help us. Help
You
yourself.
better get you
That
an
better.
iPhone.
Right. Don't look. You ain't got to listen to me. You know what I mean? Whatever that look like, you ain't got to hear. But stop talking about. I don't care what it is. You look. You don't have to send a whole text message with the price list. Then they tell them who you got it from too. If that's what you want to do, that's on you. Because that's considered hard copy evidence for those who ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that shit
Mm-hmm.
came. That I man, look, I've seen enough and enough different places to watch these text records show up in the cold room. You know what I'm saying? Like wow. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe that was even a whole conversation to begin with, let alone, you know what I'm saying? People, I'm telling you, it's a tricky game. And this internet got a hold on all of us, man.
Big facts.
So yeah. The good news.
770-852-0569
Boom,
or
boom.
click the link if you want to join the show and
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
a question. If you click the
Yeah.
link, you don't have to be on video. You can go audio only. You can turn your camera off, or you can call into the show or put your question in the chat. They seem to be having a big
Yeah,
debate about movies in the chat, and he's talking about the internet. I'm not sure, but it's okay.
yeah. Hey man, it's all good. Hey, look, you done made a friend. Cool, man. You know, let the things go. That's how that
Shout out
works,
to
man.
Lola J.
Hey,
Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Lola J. I love these fun
yeah.
facts you're giving us.
Yeah, awesome, man. You know, yeah, the name of the show is as Jon Doe, but if I got friends back there going for what they know, that's what you do. You know, I
That's
ain't here
what's
to
up.
hate on it. You know, hey, because I'd rather you be here hanging out with me for this little bit of time, you know, helping put good stuff on each other's mind than not that getting on each other's nerves, doing something that probably ain't serving us no way. So, hey, man, shout out to you and y'all for that because there's a lot of bullshit going on within us and around us where look, man, to be able to have a mutual cool place, you know what I'm saying? We could chop up the game and keep things on level. Let's run it. What was that on the screen?
She said I think it's a she Lola J. She subbed and she smashed the like button. Thank you.
Okay, solid. Boom. Yeah. So again, thank you for that. And that's what the golden goal look like. So hey, movies, politics, sports, life. You know what I mean? One thing about this internet that make me smile is people will go to Google before they go to the doctor. You know what I mean? To where
Mm,
it's like, man, it's like, y'all, am I the only person that's seeing that this could be a really trippy wave if we
mm-hmm.
don't catch ourselves in real time? Shout out to YouTube. Damn, YouTube.
Yes.
Man, what if y'all done did? Y'all did it with that one. Y'all did it with this one. Because man, not only will we probably not be having this conversation for the sake of it, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's one thing to make a video or whatever that is and interact with people online, but YouTube's like checking the magic box. Because what we gonna do with this content after we done filmed it, or just
And
how
you got to
to
think about it
doggone
too. Like
yeah,
the first 10 years of the 2000s, a lot of this stuff was not here. Like
not even.
I,
Yeah,
I want to
not
say YouTube was invented in like 2005, 2006,
was
something like
was
that.
not that long ago. Was not that long ago. Now some of our baby's first words gonna be YouTube. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because yeah, I mean YouTube University. That is a real degree, a
And
real
I ask a lot of
school
my
for women.
customers all the time. I don't understand how these kids get a lot of this information, and the parents don't know either, and that's a little troubling. And it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, but like they come in and they look for certain products that they've seen somewhere, but nobody
Right.
knows where they saw it. Like it's a
Right.
trend that goes viral in their community from
Hmm.
the internet, but
Certainly going
nobody
sent
knows
through
where
by
they're
the
getting
internet.
the information from.
Yes. But the answer is in the question. On the internet, asking people where to get the dog information. Shoot, that's what
Yeah.
that kind of remind me of how these babies know all these damn songs and don't nobody listen to no radio around them half the time.
Right.
Where they know all these songs from? They know the
Yep.
top tens, every word.
Oh yeah.
What
I
are
don't
they
know if
doing,
it's TikTok or I don't know.
man? So thanks to the internet, I think that was a little bit before the internet too, though. The baby
Yeah.
always knew all the music, man. That's a trip. But tying it all together, man, the music from around the world certainly a plus to having internet in our lives. Man, we watching movies from Japan and all kinds of crap that we wouldn't seen no other way, especially for damn free. You know what I mean? Shout out to the internet. Got me all in your neighborhood. I ain't never been there. I could look in your mailbox from my phone if I wanted to. That's the internet for you. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, we gotta be mindful of how we watching these steps, y'all. Shit. And man, look, God bless the people over there on the other side of the world going through
Mhm.
the stuff that's being triggered off. You know what I mean? Honestly, I think with a capital T that it's a part of this master distraction that needs to happen.
Mm.
Because a lot of the world is waking up. There's places in the world where people are really pissed over these conditions that's been put on us and them. You know what I mean? And they tired of being in the house, being told where they can and can't go. They got curfew still in places, part of the world, and the people are pissed and they want real answers being told. So hold that question for me, please. People are
Uh,
pissed and
let's
they
see. Streets Affiliate says facts. YouTube does have plenty of good things on there. His son loves his cocoa melon and has helped him a lot with his learning how to read and verbal and
yeah.
speaking.
Outstanding. We even with that though. I mean, YouTube is the new substitute teacher. What's that right there?
Mhm. Does WebMD scare anyone besides her or him? Woo Ric Flair. Woo like Ric Flair. My bad.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I'm quite sure there's a thin line between those who say I absolutely love it, don't know what I'd do without it, and those who understand. I'm sure the doctors who feel like the WebMD is taking their clients, you know what I mean? They don't want to see that paper go out the back window, whatever that looks like, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, the
once
scary
had
part
it
is
different.
COVID made that really come to life. Like
What you
you
mean?
take conference calls to go to court, you take
Oh,
Zoom calls to see a doctor and your dentist. It's like
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, huh? Then it's something. Open your mouth. Hold on. Put the camera
Right, dude.
close. Right. Shoot. Yeah. So hey, man, look. Out the internet, what would we be doing right now under these conditions if we didn't have the internet? They'd be whooping our ass with the false information, y'all. For
I don't
real.
know,
If we
but
ain't,
but
oh
still,
man.
you get people that are just lost. Like I get people that
Yeah.
call my store and go, "Can I order something on your website?" And I'm like, "What kind of fucking question is that?" Like, really?
Right.
It's
Right.
2022. You don't think the website sells you shit?
Right.
It's like
Outstanding,
some
man.
some people are like way on this side of the spectrum. The other people are like
Yeah.
way over here.
Yeah. Oh man, all bases covered. All bases covered. And the good news is that's a relevant question though. Because there's some places that
Like what website
that
don't sell shit?
right. Right. Probably the last place they looked. They was looking for something, thought they was gonna go to the website and that shit wasn't there because it's real
Right.
businesses that
You're
actually
literally calling the
literally
store.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
You probably
crazy.
hear it in a person's voice that they don't be on the
They so
internet much.
slow.
They, but they probably right on time though. You know what I mean? I
Uh,
think a lot of us need to probably slow down when it comes to our internet dependence. All I gotta do is click it and swipe it. Cause trust me, shopping that took on a whole new twist. We got so
oh yeah.
much access, man. We spending more now, not doing shit, bored during quarantine than we would regularly. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Swiping, scrolling. I mean, I'm on Amazon half the time. Like that's my damn soap opera or something. I
Yeah.
swear, for real.
Mhm.
So it's like, who's to say? This bittersweet reality. But just say if the internet was to shut down one day, let's say if the internet was to shut down tomorrow, and people finally walk outside. I mean, I'm sure the sun would
Well,
be a lot
well, I
brighter.
think I think the issue is a lot of these sites, Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook's doing it, TikTok's doing it,
What they
and
doing?
they're taking a penny for your thoughts
Mm.
philosophy, and people are thinking that it's just pennies, right?
Well,
So
of
it's
course, yeah,
forcing
yes,
all of these
yeah,
all of these people to stay on the internet and stay live to get these pennies. But the pennies, they add up. I get it.
Of course, of
So
course,
these
of
sites
course.
have forced people to stay on the internet more. And
Right.
now the people who really could utilize these sites effectively are kind of getting bumped down by the algorithms because these son of a bitches is on there doing their hair, getting these pennies because they know they out there. So
Yeah,
now,
right.
the algorithm is serious business.
So with
What's
that
your thought on
science,
that?
right. So look, algorithm or whatever that is. So that was a pretty big scenario with a question in there somewhere. I still ain't heard a real question out of that other than what's my thoughts. But I
What's your
feel
thought
you.
on the algorithms as far? Okay, you got all of these like these girls who just shake their butts or they wear skimpy clothes or whatever, and
Yeah,
they
shout out
they
to twerk
literally
videos.
they get on the no, they're not videos. They go live. They go live
Right,
on these platforms, and people donate to them. They're
right,
just sitting there just live for no reason. There's no purpose. There's no nothing. They're
right,
just
right,
and then
right, right.
people give them money. And
Genius.
if you
I
go
mean,
on
yeah,
TikTok right
that's
now, you're gonna see
brilliant.
thousands of
Brilliant, brilliant. I need to get me one of them. You know what I'm saying?
them.
I'm gonna just
Exactly.
drink. I'm gonna just drink stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't know, just have some fun with it. Might as well, hell, because
Right.
literally what you just said, what I think about it, I think is brilliant for real. And shout out to those who are able to find sustainable, because it's hard times out here and finding alternative sources of income that's not spreading you thin and get you in trouble and in the wind and stuff like that. I mean, cool. And you probably entertaining yourself and probably some cheap entertainment for somebody else. I like it. Get your hustle
Right.
on or whatever that look like. I mean, just from the video, somebody out there chewing carrots right now got a close up of the camera in their mouth while they just eat vegetables or something. Got a
Yeah.
bankroll. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our friends that got the long nails, just doing long nail stuff. I mean, I thought that was kind of weird at first, but then I thought about it. I was like, man, that's creative. That's cool.
It's
You know what I mean? Yeah, because there's somebody out there spreading themselves thin trying to get those same pennies. And, if you could do it by putting your feet in some chocolate cake or something like that, I mean, get whatever. Have fun. You
yeah.
know what I mean? There's a trip when you think about it beyond the surface, like who does that? Put their feet in chocolate cake. Yeah, somebody it's done right now. Guarantee it.
Yeah.
You
But it's
think
almost like
about
being viral is just like outdated and like lame now. It's just people
yeah.
want to be current and
Mm,
presently viral. They don't, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? They don't want it to
yeah.
build up. They just want it now.
Right, right. So how about this though? Again, I think that's a direct reflection of this attention chase that we on the back end of this race when it comes in. It used to be we have watched the DVD. You know what I'm saying? We had to wait for the movie to come out. Now we got instant access to everything. No more
Mhm.
regular write a letter mail. Hold that question for me. No more write a letter in the mail. We got the email, instant access. Remember when downloads used to have to hook up to the modem, to the doggone telephone cord, and there was
Right.
also the dial-up internet and get faster, faster, faster. Now we get
Yeah.
information so quick, we don't even know what to do. What I said, we get so much information so quick, we missing stuff. You feel me?
Mhm.
So what
Yep.
does that look like for the future? Hey, we finna find out because we headed there real time right now. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
What was that question on the screen, friend?
Street Affiliate said it's so easy to make money nowadays. People will literally pay for anything, and that is so true.
Man, I like it, and that is so doggone true, man. There's somebody out there burning marshmallows, you know what I mean, and watching it drip in slow motion, and it's called satisfying. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
satisfying videos. It's like, damn, what is there left to do with melting plastic to just?
Right.
It's like, come on, man. It sounds stupid talking about it, but hell, man, it make a good video or something. I mean, so that certainly has a direct effect on our mentality on how we look at entertainment, not only in itself, but how we approach entertaining ourselves. Like all this time I've been setting leaves on fire my whole life, and that could have made me a millionaire by now if I was thinking like that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it's like,
Mhm.
come on.
So speaking of
It's
internet,
shout
let's
out to
talk
the
about
internet.
our deal of the day,
What's the deal
which
of
can
the
be
day? Yeah.
found on the internet. So here we
Okay.
go.
Let's do it.
And the deal of the day is fast wireless charger. Let me take this off the screen so I can do that again. Hold on a second.
Yeah, yeah.
1 second. Do that. Let me do this.
That's funny.
Again, deal of the day: fast wireless chargers stand for iPhone specifically. Regularly $39.99, now $29.99 at BlackFridayAllTheTime.com. Put in the code ACC22 and you will receive 20% off of that. If you don't have a wireless charger by now, go get one at
I need one
BlackFridayAllTheTime.com.
of them right now. I need one of them right now. My phone be going dead fast and I get charged up good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got one in the car. I need like
gotta
one
stay
for the house.
plugged up. Yeah. Everybody need a couple of those. Shoot, for real. Again, because of the internet. You, I mean, I would like to see the internet. Hopefully, at some point, we'll figure out how to pull more relationships together. Yeah, again,
Mm,
I hope we can figure out a way to make the internet help us or be able to use the internet to help pull more relationships together than we watching dissolve. We can't eat without scrolling. Somebody feeling like they're about to break up with their damn boyfriend because he on Facebook more than paying attention to, or whatever, however that goes, and vice versa. So it's like,
mhm.
man, let's let this internet bring us together, y'all, so we can actually do something to keep us standing tall. What's that on
All
the
right,
screen?
Lola J says, would you rather live in a reality but not have everything you want, or virtual reality and have everything you want? And I'm a
I'd rather
virtual
live
reality
in
head.
yeah. Honestly, I'd rather live in a reality. You know what I'm saying? I honestly would rather be in the reality. If this was the Matrix, I'd take the pill that it had me woke, which it is, more so than want to keep
That's a
my
good
head
topic though. Like
in
the
the
the internet of the future is
yeah.
virtual reality, the metaverse.
It's
What's your
called
thoughts on
metaverse,
that?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So entertaining ourselves, being mindful of how we use our internet now. Again, it's to the point to where we so engaged and so dependent on the internet for the right nowness to keep us involved or keep us in a loop or to man, damn, the metaverse is literally the next step to like literally trading your soul for now I'm being accurately dramatic for literally the first step to trading your soul for a passcode, you know what I'm saying, for a download. Because once you put those virtual reality glasses on and you start becoming more popular in the virtual world than you are in actually real life, you literally detach yourself from this vessel, this precious vessel that's been carrying you all this time. It is the only
Mm,
true way of sustainability. You can't procreate in that realm. You know what I
mm.
mean? No matter how much, well, I did just start a virtual family, but guess what? You know what I'm saying? We got real family members and shit like that. Like, what is that gonna say for the rest of the world when we like literally start thinking that we can work on in the metaverse, or
Right.
they trying to set up in a metaverse, you could go shopping, you could buy your groceries in the metaverse and they show up at your damn door.
Wow.
Yes. So there may be a business opportunity for us to entertain to some degree, but I personally don't want no parts of that. You know what I mean? Because when I go outside and I see everybody, if I see you with your headphones on and I'm trying to talk to you, you like, hold on, I'm in the metaverse, I'm a trip. Like, wake your ass up. You know what I
But
mean?
hold on now. Have you tried it?
No.
You haven't tried it yet?
Nah, I probably end up double hooked while I'm talking the biggest shit. But the truth
Do you
is,
realize that was the number one gift for Christmas?
I'm sure. I'm sure. You know what I mean? And trust me, there's the day when it come to programming, you know what I mean? Where we gonna have to make a conscious decision for the masses. Is this healthy for us all when it comes to the functioning flow of whatever the force of the society is already leaning towards being that much more divided and conflicted any damn ways? We're gonna take this bullshit online. It's people already struggling with online bullying and all kinds of crap. You dig what I'm saying? I've heard word of somebody claiming that they were sexually assaulted in a virtual reality world. Like none of this
Are
shit
you
real.
serious?
I'm telling you the truth. So it's like, come on, man. Now those were some of the, I guess I could call red flags to this type of scenario. It's like y'all already personally attached. Y'all like us already have a really warped and reinforced sense of attachment to this electronic realm in the first place. So it's like you really want to live in the electronic cloud now type of realities. Like, let's be careful, y'all. This is a really good time to prepare ourselves for a version of the unknown, of course, because hold that question for me, because we
Go
don't
ahead.
know to what extreme this thing is going to go. You know what I mean? And we are in the innovative stages of it. Yes, the investment opportunities are huge. You know, it's a sky's the limit type of reality. Yeah, it's like this is the what's next to what's after the internet. It's like literally living in that mode. You know what I mean? We spend enough time looking at it from this side of the mirror. That's another version. It's like going into the mirror finally. Are we
Right.
ready for that? You know,
Yeah. I just
are
treat it
you?
like when my battery dies, that's enough time in there.
That's a disciplined approach to have without being that. Well, excuse me, without understanding that this forces haven't dominated our realm yet. But that push is concerning. That push is
Hmm.
really concerning.
Absolutely. It's addictive.
Certain.
I ain't gonna lie. I was
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
poker last night for about a couple hours and
At the
it's
poker table.
yeah, oh yeah, it's addictive and it's super fun. And I'm just smashing them, going all in, smashing them. And this
Yeah,
little white
okay.
kid called me a nigger and I just fucking lost it. I was like, ah!
Right. So, as entertainment laced as, of course, that realm is, it's all fun and games until it's time to unplug from that thing. Side effects unknown. You know what I mean? It's a proven fact that too much online time it causes, what I'm saying, like a version of psychological withdrawal in a sense. It's like
Yeah,
taking the phone from the teenager. They can go on the shop. It's been
yeah.
linked to depression and all kinds of anxiety driven type of realities and
Hmm.
literally living on the other side of the mirror. Now that I came up with that coin, don't hey y'all go ahead and share it, cash it in. You know what I mean? But John Doe done coin out, but remember that's like literally going into the mirror. you
Right.
know,
I mean,
and
we were playing Nintendo, and you had to come over the house and play Nintendo. Now
yeah,
they don't have to leave. You can play the games with
yeah,
everybody else. You can talk on the phone. We couldn't tell you. We had to sneak and talk on the phone. You
man,
know,
had the
all of this stuff.
had the cord stretched all through the house.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And again, those were fun times for technology. And honestly, I think that was the last days of really being human.
Man.
Because right, we were distracted and separated. Then the Walkman helped jack that up. You know what that was like.
Hmm.
As soon as we started putting on the headphones, we was in our own zone. I knew,
Tap that.
man. And it's
Mhm.
crazy to be, even to this day. You exercise and you at the gym and somebody will bust out a random rap lyric, man. Got that it's like, hold on, what the hell wrong with you? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? These headphones have you gone.
Yeah.
Now we living in our entertainment.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
another version of like in the urban community, a lot of these folks are already trying to live out these rap lyrics. You mean to tell me you could like live in a rap song now?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Online. I mean, what does violence look like in this sense? You know what I mean? What if they have a virtual reality gang out there just riding around, just tripping? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't know what people gonna come up with in this shit. And now when they take their
Hmm.
headphones off, they crying and we're like, I can't believe they said that to me. I know it's gonna be a lot of bravery out there too. Like that guy called you out in a way that you wouldn't accept in the flesh. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, not
That's
at all.
bullying. They gonna call you a nigger on the internet if he was looking you in your eye when you talk like that. That's
No.
part of the scary dangers of the internet world for us now. Because look,
Yeah.
trust me, if the internet gangster shit done took a dramatic twist, that's probably getting more people hurt than actually being outside. We outside, I'll walk
Hmm.
right past you, but I wouldn't have been thinking about your ass if you wasn't talking crazy online to me, type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like
Right.
you got to be realistic on how we managing this. What's that on the
Mm.
screen, friend?
Lola J says recently an Olympic skier had frostbite on his private parts. He said when they thought the pain was excruciating. I'm a woman, but I couldn't imagine being frozen.
Yeah, certainly a statement. Matter if that's the question. But the good news is, if it wasn't for the internet, none of that shit would even matter. You know what I mean? I don't know who would heard that.
I'm
That'd have
trying to
had
think of the
newspapers
word.
running it today.
I'm trying to think of the word because right now
That was super
we use
graphic.
our phones purely for entertainment, but it was another word they used to use that you're supposed to be using your phone for. What? Did anybody in the chat know that word?
Hmm.
I can't remember. You use your
Entertainment.
phone for entertainment, and then it was another word that they used to call it that we just don't do that anymore on your phone. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, nah, you got me with that one. It's not. It'll probably show up tomorrow or something. But for right now, I can't get it. But yeah, man, the internet, phones, computers, tablets, whatever, we gotta have it. I mean, it's stronger than the strongest drugs, which is definitely the next topic, y'all. I'm taking it there. We talking about drugs, y'all. So like, subscribe, share, kick it with your folks. Let's make it fair. You heard it first, Jon Doe. I'm taking it to drugs. Yes,
It
that's
is.
the next subject. And we getting close to exiting it out. It seemed like our live time is about to expire. You know, blessings to our participants and the phone callers and the messengers and hey, shout out to the party in the group chat. That's where it's at. You know what I mean? Call your folks and let them know next Wednesday, 9 o'clock, man, the group chat jumping. You know what I'm saying? Call Jon Doe if you want to say something, you see. And we going to get it covered from A to Z, y'all. I mean, this is what it looks like when it comes to making sure we all stay tight. We got to communicate. And thanks to this internet, we can keep it all in check. Because right now, it's places in the world where they on their feet and they are really in these streets with candles and you know what I'm saying? Literally got their pickets in the air talking about hell no, we tired of this shit for real. So, give us some real answers. Why are we shooting ourselves with stuff that don't help? You know what I mean? And you got us in the house this whole damn time. I'm about to lose my mind. So somebody better tell me something before it get like that. And the last thing they want us to do is pick up that pulse out here in the West. Mind you, the United States is the redhead stepchild of the world. You know what I mean? And I say it sarcastically. Bless the redheads out there. It's not a shot at you, but you understand the lingo because that's how I do. You know what I'm saying? That it's a real thing, though. They do not want us to pick up that foolishness that they want to call foolishness, as real as it is, because it's real lives at stake. And this is real time, and we cannot wait. So we want to maintain our grip on communicating and using our God given voice to stand up for what we know should be our God given choices. If we don't do it now, the internet gonna tell us how to. You see what I'm saying? We gotta keep control, or we are gonna hand it over one click at a time. Not knowing how to use our time without sharing what's on our mind and keeping each other in the loop. Yeah, there are levels of misinformation out here, but there is a general force out here that's keeping you up on game. And a lot of times, right now, you would think that we'd be past shooting down the craziest shit because what used to look like as the crazy stuff is usually the real shit. Talking about movies, we've all seen that movie, and I made reference to this before. A crazy old lady on a corner talking about the sky's gonna fall at midnight, and they think she's nuts. And guess what happened? 11:59. That shit fell right on time. And this is the window where the craziest stuff is making the most sense. So listen to the crazies. You may not have to do what all they say, but right now, but you can find out one day that this shit wasn't so real as you thought it was. You know what I mean? That's what they call crazy folks who make the most sense. Kanye crazy. You see what I'm saying? But he's so far ahead of himself. I'll touch on that too. You know what I mean? If for real, we deserve to give him an apology. Kanye, we need to apologize, Kanye, because we gave up on him too quick for that Trump shit.
Yeah, we did.
Let me say that. We gave up on him too quick because he was trying to show us how to get closer to the source so we could express our voice. You know what I'm saying? He put on a hat to show him like, look, man, I'm not a threat. And we called him all kinds of stuff before we got a chance to be like, hey, Kanye, why you up in there, man? Have him do this or talk to him about this one shit. He probably could have got more done than Obama. Why we put all that on this skin color? I'm telling you, man, we wouldn't have gave up on Kanye so quick. Man, judged him and ran him off into the corner. He trying to tell us like, no, y'all understand, man. This part of the plan. He was a divergent. While we back on movies, you know what I'm saying? If you know what movie that's from, raise your hand. The movie called Divergent, of course. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to get close to the man, like, look, help us out. Shit.
Right.
Messed it up. And Biden ain't going for that. Right.
All right, y'all. Make sure we like, subscribe, share the post.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Share.
Beat us here next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Yep.
See you there. Ask Jon Doe. We talking about drugs.
All right. Next week. We'll see y'all next week. We out.
Peace.